Hello, gorgeous. A little disclaimer before you watch this. You may not want to watch this. I say that because it's not my best work. For a couple reasons. Some of you may know I don't film with an actual camera. I film with, what do you call it? A cam? What? I don't know. It's a little thing, a little camera on top of my computer, a Logitech camera. Um, and it does not have a mirror function. So when I am recording and I'm looking at my face, I'm seeing it in reverse. So I go all dyslexic and I have a hard time. So that caused me some difficulty in this particular video. Also, the materials I was using were not optimal. And so what you will be seeing is not a perfect makeup job, but it would certainly give you an idea how to do a perfect makeup job if you wanted to. So with that in mind, either watch or don't watch. I still think it's useful if learning how to do this makeup job is what you want, not to see a finished product. So that said, I hope you do watch it and I hope you enjoy it. And happy Halloween. Love y'all. Hello, gorgeous. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? Hope everybody's doing well today. I know it's not Halloween yet, but I wanted to go ahead and get this year's Halloween video up a little early in case any of you like it well enough to try to do this for a Halloween party or something. Last year I did Cleopatra and Queen Victoria, and this year I'm doing something completely different. First of all, let me say a little something about how I'm going to do the video. First, I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing and the premise. And then I will do the makeup itself. I'll explain as I go along, and I will probably fast forward through long and tedious sections that I explain beforehand, And then I guess there will be some kind of final word or something. I've tested out some of my supplies first, and this is going to be interesting. First, let me tell you what I'm going to do. If you are a longtime subscriber, you will know that I went to a small junior college in Jacksonville, Texas, called Lon Morris College, and then to the University of Texas. Lon Morris College, which has been defunct for about 4 years now, was the oldest private junior college in the state of Texas when it became defunct. It's a small Methodist college, was. It's hard to say that. And while I was there was a book that was, sorry, I'm getting a hair in my face. I've got my hair back, for this makeup job, but I think I have a stray. This book was rather famous among us. This book is called The Mask of Reality, An Approach to Design for the Theater by Irene Corey. And that is a mosaic makeup design you see on the front. It was famous among us because one of our professors, Mr. Jimmy Journey, had attended Centenary College, where Ms. Corey taught for some time and was in several, I presume, plays that she designed costumes and or makeup for, and so he is photographed in this book several times. Another gentleman named John Goodwin, who I worked with later in Houston at Main Street Theater, was there at the same time and also figures in these books. But none of them is in the play. I'm going to do a design from. Apparently, she worked for a time for a professional theater company in Pinehurst, Kentucky called the Everyman Players. I'm not sure if they exist or not anymore. But she did the costume and makeup designs for a play called The Book of Job. And as this photo on the cover, she did the costumes and makeup like stained glass windows. So I'm going to show you a couple of those pictures. And please note the costumes too. So that is Job himself. These are based on, pardon me, I keep wanting to say stained glass, but it's mosaic designs from, there we go. The Romanesque period and some Gothic sculpture, apparently, she researched as well. Now, regrettably, I have done no costume for you. I just do not have time. If I were, here's what you'd be doing. You'd be covering yourself head to foot in a black tunic, preferably with a high turtleneck. You would be wearing some sort of headdress and skull cap and black shoes, tights, and black gloves, all of which would be covered with small rectangular and or square pieces of fabric that were either sewn or glued on, or else you would paint those on. Otherwise, I don't think this is going to work. Okay, two last photos. One is one of her makeup renderings here at the bottom of the page, and then a photo of an actress applying the makeup. Can't see that one very well. But anyway, the point of this rendering down here is that, and that's the one I'm going to do, by the way, as one of the chorus members, is that you follow the lines of your own face. When you get started, you do the mouth and the eyes first, and then you follow the lines of your own face. So there you have it. Now, I also want to say a word about stage makeup before I get started. Stage makeup is generally stored in a fish tackle box, although nowadays, they make boxes just for stage makeup. And at this point, my box is still somewhere at Richard's house. I think it's in the downstairs bathroom, and that's one of the rooms that has structural damage. That is to say, the floorboards have gone out, and if you try to walk in there, you're falling between the floorboards, and I'm prone to spraining ankles, so I may never see my stage makeup kit again. So I've been attempting to reconstruct it in my old caboodle box, which is very like a tackle box. And I want to show you what I went to the makeup store and bought. And this is, as it turns out, it's kind of a ripoff. And I'm going to be supplementing with regular makeup. But I bought one of these little kits that I bought it from the costume shop in Tupelo, Mississippi. And it's a Halloween makeup kit. And what it consisted of was 3 tubes of cream makeup, a white one, a green one, and a black one. And I was hoping that this black would work for the lines. Well, as it turns out, that's what it looks like. So you can imagine this ain't exactly clown white, and you're going to have to put on a lot of this if you want to look like a zombie. Just saying. It came with 2 little squishy packs, one of blood and one of some glitter gel. that I'm probably going to use pretty soon. I'm going to try to do a couple videos of makeup that isn't necessarily for a costume party, but for a Halloween party. In other words, festive, but not actual costume. It came with a stippling sponge and a regular sponge, regular stippling. And then finally this little palette. And this little palette is what I thought was going to work for me. It will work in that I'm going to use it to lay down my initial lines and my initial little coloring in of the squares, but I'm going to have to end up putting regular makeup on top of that, I believe. Regular as in this. And coloring in those black lines with this. So that's kind of a bummer. It was, I think, $6.99. So buyer beware. It's not even worth that. But, well, maybe it is because I have to have something to lay down a base. So anyway, so what's going to happen then now is I'm going to get started, and, you know, I am very likely going to be silent for long periods of time and fast forward. One other thing it came with. This that's called Fake Scar. Actually, this is derma wax, and this I desperately needed for blocking out my eyebrows. And a little tin of derma wax would have cost me the same as this whole kit. So I guess it was kind of worth it in that case. I did see a video the other day. I might refer you to it down below. A cat sketch who is Bunny Meyer / Graveyard Girl's best friend did a Halloween makeup of Hillary Clinton and needed to block out her eyebrows, and she used an Elmer's glue stick. I thought that was really interesting. I've never seen anybody do that. So if you can't get access to derma wax or can't afford $7 for that much derma wax, apparently you can use an Elmer's glue stick. All right, I'm going to shut up now and get started. First thing I'm going to do, my face is freshly, I've got so many supplies on the table here in front of me, on the desk, that I cannot, there's no room for anything at this point. I have my phone, I have my tea. I have my brushes, I have all the makeup, I have the book. It's a mess. Okay, there's a place for my glasses. I am just going to put on a little serum because I don't want my face to be completely naked. And I'm going to try to let the serum dry. And then I'm going to powder my whole face. And then I'm going to start drawing the lines of the mosaic. What would be grout. I pulled in closer for this video so you can see a little better what I'm doing, because the background, you know, doesn't really matter for this one. The background really doesn't matter for any of them, but anyway. In watching, I'm going to be using the derma wax now to get rid of my eyebrows. It doesn't get rid of them, it just holds them down like nothing else in the world does. Derma wax is, I think, also known as mortician's wax, because you can, well, fix people after bad car accidents with derma wax. It's also used in stage and screen for making scars. But the only thing I've ever used it for is actually holding down an eyebrow. It's a little too intense, though, for this gnarly eyebrow that's gnarly on a daily basis. It would just look ridiculous on a daily basis. But anyway, there was a tag recently, the Ride or Die tag, and I found that quite a few women's favorite face powder was this RCMA powder. And this is, you know, a product used on stage and screen. And so I got some. I have not used it in my daily life yet, but I will be trying it out soon. But it's perfect for today because this thing is going to need to be powdered, but it's going to need to be invisible powder. Okay. I got out the brush I needed. Here it is. Okay. Okay, kids, and we're off, I guess. So first I'm taking this black cream stuff that's in this little palette. And I'm going to go along the sides of my nose. It's a little better than I thought it would be. Okay, now I'm going to take this up and across the eyebrows. Okay, now I'm going to outline the actual eye. Okay, now I'm going to go in the crease. And the other side. Well, there's one advantage. If you mess up, it wipes right off with this cream. Okay, try again. I'm going to try to meet here in the corners now. Okay, that's one. Okay, next I'm going to go around the nose. Okay. I'm going to follow my own line on my forehead, more or less. Okay, now the mouth. Okay, chin. Okay, that's all the major lines. Once again, I'm horrified to find out how unsymmetrical I am. And now I'm going to fill in the actual mosaic lines. Here's the first one. Easy to find, huh? Wow, that really is me. I am asymmetrical. Maybe I should have considered correcting that for this. Okay, and then the next one is one that's going to come down from the eye and, yeah, be about a ½ inch from there. And then one originating in the same place but going down a ½ inch from the eye bags. Okay, that's bad. Too low. There we go, that's better. Okay, then one coming from the lips and going down to the chin. Not working. Part of the problem I have when I do this for y'all is that my camera isn't a real camera. It's one of these things on top of my computer, you know. And it requires me to look at everything in reverse. See? And I'm not good at that. Sorry. I've told it not to do that, but it has not followed my instructions. Okay. Once again. Okay, I'm going to try this differently now. Okay. Couple bars across the nose. Okay, so I am completely black lined up. I think at this point it would be a really good idea to powder it. And what I'm going to do is just put some of this powder down here on the desk and go after it with the brush, and just think that's the best idea. Okay, it's true what they say about this powder. It is in a little kitchen spice container, and it does go everywhere. So I will probably try to find some kind of receptacle for it for regular use, but I need so much of it today, it's better just to splatter it on the desk. Okay, for what I'm doing, it really is perfect, because it's putting the makeup down without removing it. Okay. Most of what's going to go on here is just beige. But there's some red around the lips and some green around the eyes in this particular case. But the rest is beige. So let me do the red around the lips first. Interesting, as opposed to the black, the red has no coverage at all. Okay, and then the other one is green around the eyes. Okay, they've used two different colors of beige on this. And I'm going to figure out if their beige is lighter or darker than my skin tone. And then from that, we can determine, okay, it's a little pinker than I am. Okay, I'm going to leave my skin tone in the darker ones and use this for the lighter ones, which is just these outside corners, actually. It looks identical, doesn't it? Now it's a little lighter. Okay. And the other place is right above the lip. Don't quite know why, but that's where they're doing it. So that's where I'm going to do it. Who am I to question Irene Coring? Okay, I actually feel the red and the green are intense enough that I don't need to supplement with this. If I were actually going to a party, though, you might want to do that. And you'd probably want to powder this a second time. But this is basically it. Let me show you this. Oops. Let me show you this photo again that I went from. I went from the actual costume rendering of one of the chorus members and using the contours of my own face and then filling in according to her instructions. And that's it. So, you know, I wasn't doing Job. Job himself is far more flashy. Anyway, that is it. I'm sorry about the whole mirror issue. I'm going to perhaps write to the website and figure out why I can't turn my Logitech webcam around so where it's like I'm looking in the mirror when I'm doing this, because it's not good. Oh, I missed a place with the green. I look crazy. Oh, there, that's better. I don't deal well with asymmetry. Okay, so that's it. That's it. I am done. I would powder, but that's it. Hope you liked that. Hope you got something out of that. Probably not quite as good as last year, I think, but I hope you get the idea and from this video could replicate it better than I have done if you actually want to do this. Anyway, that's it for this year. Happy Halloween. Like I said, I'm going to do a couple of Halloween party designs over the next week or two, which will be a lot simpler than this. It's just kind of regular makeup, but to the extreme. Anyway, that's it. Love y'all. Bye.